Hey friends all over the world, I've been having some problems with my latest videos, but I want to talk to you about the latest Beyoncé scandal. I don't know if you heard about what's going on with Beyoncé and what does this even mean? Does it have anything to do with you? Is it just tabloid fodder? Is it just gossip? What does it have to do with you? Why am I even talking about it? What does it have to do with the church? I want to break it down real quick, and I just if you can hear what I have to say, I think it'll give you some perspective. The latest Beyoncé scandal and what it means. What it means. Now, many of you don't know, many of you may know, Beyoncé is actually on a world tour right now. In fact, she made $25 million for doing a concert in Dubai. And this concert that she did in Dubai, it raised so many red flags. It raised so much aggression. And then here come the cancel culture police to try to cancel her because she has a large contingent that are a part of the LGBTQ community. And because Dubai is an anti-gay society and an anti-gay country and an anti-gay culture, because people don't want to talk about this, Islam is anti-gay and anti-homosexual and anti-all of that. And so places like Saudi Arabia, they actually kill homosexuals. And so Beyonce does this tour in a Muslim country, which is totally unfavorable toward LGBTQ. And her LGBTQ fans have a whole fit. And they're talking about, she's wrong, she shouldn't have done this. All the while, her dates are booked and busy. I mean, she has dates galore. And there's two aspects I want to talk about real quick. She's actually booked. She's at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, and there's overwhelming demand. I mean, there's a waiting list that is thousands waiting to get on the list. So I want to talk about two aspects. Number one, it's interesting because when we talk about cancel culture is a two-headed monster, and it bites both ways. It doesn't just bite against, those chauvinistic males or those Me Too violators. It actually is a spirit that attacks its own. There's some animals in nature that eat their own. And it's one of those spirits that there's no way to satiate it. There's no way to satisfy it. First of all, Beyonce is a businesswoman and she's trying to do business and make a lot of money. But this spirit of cancel culture is even attacking its champions. The very people it venerates, it kills. And that's why you say, what does it mean for you? Well, I'll tell you what it means for you and the church. Unfortunately, this same ideology has crept into the church. We have become a culture of self-consuming, self-devouring. The Bible talks about it over there in Galatians, the 5th chapter. It says, if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you be not consumed one of another. But that's not really the real meaning of this video. I really want to get to what I really want to say, which is this. Here's what's amazing about this whole Beyonce thing. Forget the cancel culture, forget all that stuff. But here's my main point I want to make. The main issue I want to do, that was the first one, but this is the main one. The main thing is a lot of those folks who are in the waiting line for those tickets are Christians, folks in the church who are watching a demonic performance. These are the same Christians that if you ask them to give $5 in an offering, will throw a whole fit. These are the same Christians that say, you know what, I just can't. These Christians will give thousands to go to a concert and watch a spirit of Jezebel twerk on stage. But they will not surrender their finances to God. We got a problem in the body of Christ. We got a problem in the body of Christ. This issue, and I'm telling you, if the church does not get real, look at the world. You're talking about $25 million to shake your behind on stage, and Christians aren't even complaining about it. They're signing up for it. They're signing up. Christians, church folks that sing worship music on Sundays will be on the front row, some of them, to see her concert. And these same believers complain about not having finances, complain about, I just can't. You can't give to the church. You can't invest in the kingdom. You scrutinize leaders. $25 million of your hard-working money is thrown on an altar of Jezebel that's shaking her behind, singing demonic songs. And when you leave that concert, you're going to be fully demonized. Yes, you will, and going to need the altar. You go to an altar just to need an altar when you leave. We need a revival in our country. We need a revival in the church. We need a revival in our culture. We need an awakening. We need a revival. We need a transformation. This thing has shown us something. It reveals something. It reveals our value system as a culture. Teachers get $40,000 a year, but somebody can shake their behind on stage for an hour and a half, and get $25 million. And society doesn't have a problem with it until it goes against their agenda. And then Christians sitting on the front row praising her and idolizing her. And those same believers talk about how all the churches, I can't sow, I can't give, and they always asking for this and that. Those same folks, those same people that complain. I've been in circles. I've overheard people, Christians that speak in tongues and prophesy and are praising. Man, I want to go to that Beyoncé concert. There's a waiting list out of this world. And I'm not even talking about the world. I'm not even talking about the worldly beehive. I'm talking about the beehive in the church. Why? Because there's a part of us, there's a part of our society that loves lawlessness. There's a part of us that loves lawlessness. There's a part of us that loves duplicity and hypocrisy. There's a part of us that wants to be free to sin freely. Jesus came to make us free from sin. He didn't come so that we could sin freely. Come on now. As a pastor, I've seen it. I have people in the church, when the offering basket comes around, they would put $2 in the offering and would spend $400. Beyoncé came to Tampa. The cheapest ticket was $400. And worship leaders, choir members were right there. And we'll come back and talk about how amazing the performance was. And we'll come and talk about, man, it was just awesome. What was awesome about it? Is it her song, We're Getting Effed Up Tonight, referring to being intoxicated and possibly even utilizing illegal substances, where you can be in an altered state of consciousness so that you can sin freely? Is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about the church girl song, where she talks about being a thought, being a thought. See, things like this, and I know there's people that will say to me, but you're a preacher, man, what Beyonce got to do with you? I should ask you the same question. What does she have to do with you? Why is she still on your playlist? Why is she still in your iTunes? Why? I want to ask you the same question. The reason why I'm talking about this is because as Christians, and as pastors especially, we don't understand the ramifications of these harbingers in the culture. Number one, the first thing you need to understand is that cancel culture is demonic. It is duplicitous and it is hypocritical. And it will turn on anyone. It'll turn on anybody. Nobody is immune to cancel culture, not even Beyoncé, not even the Beehive. If they'll come after her, you think that demon won't come after you? If they will actually turn on one of their own, it won't come after you? Secondly, why are y'all in these concerts anyway? Why? What? You can't get up 4 days out of the month to go to church. You find every excuse you can because I can't do that. And some of y'all will fly to Las Vegas, you will fly to Dubai, you'll fly to Atlanta to go see a heathen shake her tail on stage. And you'll be like, you'll be right there with her. And those same jigaboos won't even think twice about putting $2 in an offering basket. And then we turn around after leaving the concert and giving her $1,000, that demon, then putting $2 in the offering basket, we'll turn around and say, you know what, Lord, we need revival. Please, people. Please, come on, we can do better than this. We can do better than this. Share this.